Hey Aries, this is a reading just for you. We're going to get into your personal growth, a little bit of the past, right now, advice for the future, outside influences, your personal power. We're going to do a full on Celtic cross for the Aries. So let's dive in. Your biggest kind of lesson, not lesson to learn, this is more about getting you back into full alignment, is that it looks like there's something in the past that happened that you just haven't fully yet released. Whether you want to call it forgiveness, releasing, or moving on from the past, it's not fully that. It's a little bit more of just admitting that lingering emotion that's keeping that person, place, situation on your mind, and it's a feeling of defeat. It's just feeling of I feel defeated. I feel conquered. I feel withdrawn from. I feel abandoned. I feel defeated. I put myself in a situation where I just always felt like I was losing, and that sucked. You got to admit that deeper emotion that's there for you, Aries. But the reason why it's hard for you to admit that is because you have the Princess of Wands right here. So there's a little bit of a thought of, if I let that bad thing happen to me, then I really don't love myself. I let that really bad thing happen to me, so I therefore must not love myself. So you don't want to admit that you just have that feeling of defeat. And guys, like, let's say it's a stereotypical example of a woman who wants commitment, a man who doesn't, and he said some things, right? Planted seeds. In dating, there is a difference between a man who plants seeds of future hanging out versus a man who sets concrete plans. But you got caught up in the fantasy relationship, whether it was a relationship or a job prospect leading you on. There's just a little bit of you that feels like, frankly, a little dumb, a little silly. You got to let go of those emotions. And the biggest fear is that you won't know who you really are if you allowed yourself to feel that. But guys, and it's got you in your head. It's got you in your head completely right now. Because you're bouncing back and forth in your head between, do I love myself? Do I not? Do I love myself? Do I not love myself? If I really loved myself, then I'd have all of my desires, all of my manifestations in my life right now. So I clearly must not love myself. Okay, you guys this is one of the 7 transformations, the 7 foundations of becoming who you really are that I talk about in my course, is you have to make it not mean anything about you. It's not a once I fully love myself, then the money will come in. It's a once you love yourself enough to prioritize your well-being, which involves your mental being. So you probably have to do soothing thoughts and soothing words right now. It's okay to be where I'm at in the journey. Of course, I'm a little frustrated, a little impatient. I do just want that pay raise. I do just want a husband in my life. I feel like I'll feel so worthy. Once I have that high-end luxury car, I'll feel worthy. So of course I want those things in my life, because I think that in the having of them, I'm going to feel better and I'm going to feel good. And all of this is really just about feeling better and feeling good. I'd like to feel better, universe. I want to keep feeling better. And of course, feeling better means having more options. It involves having options. When I get to pick and choose how I spend my time, where I spend my time, who I spend it with, what activities I can or can't do, I no longer allow finances to be a limiting factor for me. I no longer allow finances to dictate whether I can do something or not. I'm just going to turn a new leaf right here, right now, and allow myself to experience a new way of walking in my life. And it's one where I'm more empowered. I'm touched into my true desires. I'm no longer going to let what some jackass in the past did or some mistake I made define what I can have right here, right now. I'm now allowing myself to tap into who I really am, and that it's safe and okay to admit what my preferences are. It's okay to have a preference. It's okay to have a favorite color. It's okay to have a favorite ice cream. It's okay to like a certain type of a man. It's okay to have preferences. I'm allowing myself to experience healthy autonomy moving forward. So that's what all this is about for you guys. Just allow that emotion of defeat, of conquered, of I feel stupid, I feel silly, just allow it to pass. It's just an emotion and it means nothing about you. It means nothing about you. Allow yourself to forgive yourself for making a choice that didn't yield the full result you want. But you got law of attraction, guys. If you want this, say it's marriage, and you're here and you go, universe, I want a husband, and you don't get your husband, you get someone else, It's recognizing that that person was a step along the way to get here. Your inner being is guiding you on the path. So it's really about the relationship between you and you that you're repairing right now, not between you and others. Do I trust myself to know that if my inner being guided me to call that ex, maybe he was like really mean to you, right? Like say you call the inspired actions to call him, but he was really mean and like just said mean things to you. Maybe that gave you the final little bit of closure. So a lot of people put pressure on themselves. If I was really good enough, every single manifestation, which was happy, happy, joy, joy, in time, when you do enough vibrational work, yes, you get a higher default level of happiness in your life. But it's not about expecting every single thing to have a Disneyland feeling attached with it. Because sometimes, like, if you're just lingering on to hope, like, well, I want a husband, but maybe it's that ex. So sometimes, if you want to go here to the husband, the universe might guide you via law of attraction to call him. Because when we have that really mean thing, right? Are you going to focus on how mean he was and that it means something about you and I must not be worthy? I asked the universe for a husband and it drew me to that guy. I must not be worthy, make it mean something about you and downward spiral. Or you're going to go, wow, thank you, universe, for allowing me to unhook that last little shred of hope I had about it being that person. I now know without a shadow of a doubt, it's not them. Thank you for clearing up that side thought so now I can be on my journey. Because it looks like in the past for you, you were just kind of withdrawing. I definitely think that this is like a love and career read for you guys. So you've either been withdrawing and not dating at all, or you've been like not applying for the job yet, guys. So in the past, you were just definitely kind of hermiting. And guys, like sometimes that's really good because sometimes when you're going through your growth, you have to sleep more. Like look at what babies do when they're growing, right? They play, eat, sleep, play, eat, sleep. So play, you do have to do things that refuel you, that recharge you. Even better if you could get to a state of living life where you don't even need to be recharged. You live in such well-being that you just allow yourself to only take on things where you feel good. And if it's going to drain you, you say no. But if you're not there yet, just go ahead and allow yourself to recharge. Because you're like, you're building new neural pathways and all that good stuff as you're going through like true deep interpersonal growth, seeing the world in a whole new way. That's what a baby's doing, right? It's becoming aware of how to view the world, how to treat other human beings, how to treat themselves. And so if you didn't get a good foundation of that in your childhood, if you're redoing that right now, of course you're going to be a little more tired. And of course you're going to want to do things that are just more fun. So allow yourself to sleep a little more. Allow yourself to do some things that are just for the pure pleasure of it. Color, play a game. There's 7 areas of happiness. I'll have to make a YouTube video for you guys on that one. But just allow yourself to find that balance of different activities that feel good. Sometimes it is physical touch with someone else. Just having someone that you could cuddle, maybe sex, maybe more. But sometimes what you need is that physical touch, that love and affection from someone else. Sometimes what you need is to just immerse yourself in a fun, creative experience. So maybe you make a TikTok with a friend. Maybe you draw something. Maybe you work on art together. There's 7 areas of happiness. I'll have to make that video for you guys later. So right now in the current moment, you're just definitely at a place of confusion. And it's kind of at a confusion of, wait, am I in alignment to actually start the next step of my journey? Because that's what you have coming up in the near future, the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So this is a combo love work read. You guys are definitely upgrading on 2 levels of your life. So feel proud of yourself for that level of growth, sustaining 2 massive areas of growth at once. That's something you could find to be proud about yourself. And show yourself love, show yourself like, damn, good job for growing in 2 areas at once. Good job for continuing to keep going, right? You got to provide for yourself what you would want your ideal mother to provide or your ideal father to provide. Would you want kind words from your mom? Would you want words of encouragement? Would you want, hey, you're doing a good job. It's fun seeing you practice, right, guys? I was just watching a TikTok or an Instagram or something on social media this morning of a lady who went 1 month into shuffle dancing. She had a video of her. 3 months into consistent everyday practice. And then she did it 3 years. That's what happens when you're consistent. You're going to be able to do moves in 3 months, in 3 years that you couldn't do the first month. So quit judging yourself as if you've been doing it for 3 years and get back to, I'm developing this skill set. Of course, I'm eager to get this done. Because once I learn this skill, then I'll get that result that I want, and I want that thing 'cause I think I'll feel better in the having of it. I get to enjoy discovering how to get there. You wanna be in that eager anticipation vibe because that's when you're in alignment. That's when things are really flowing. You're like, "Okay, if that's my next step, let me learn sales." If fear and stuff comes up, fine, process it. But it's the eager anticipation to discovering the parts of you that don't want it, inner children, old fears you gotta clean up. Discovering the part of you that's just a little afraid of learning a new skill. Discover the part of you that's just like afraid of looking like a beginner. Because sometimes it's not always an inner child holding you back. Sometimes it's just, I don't want to look dumb. I don't want to put myself out there in a big, bad, bold way and then look dumb. I don't want to start that business venture because what if I start it, I start talking about it, and then 3 weeks in, 1 month in, 3 months in, whatever, my friend, family calls and I'm like, oh, yeah, that busted. It's like you can't not start something because you're afraid of that future potential failure call. Because when you keep trying, you're eventually gonna, this one worked. This one worked. What is that? Edison, how many light bulbs did he go through? Like he learned 850 something ways light bulbs don't work, but thank God he kept going, right? I don't know about you, but I like the light bulbs in my house. Okay, so what we've got going on for you for the rest of us, your personal power this month is the strength card upright. So what this means, Aries, is that it's not about I gotta be resilient, I gotta hold it all together. It's kind of about admitting like, hey, you know what? I have been pushing myself a lot on this growth I've been doing. I've been pushing myself a little bit and I'm tired. Or maybe it's the pandemic's been going on and I didn't realize like how much I have been like being hyper vigilant or not letting myself relax, or I didn't realize how stressed I was. Um, and now that I can like see the end at the light of the tunnel of it, maybe you're there, maybe you're not, but it's now that I can catch a breath of release and feel like it's possible for me. I just need to relax because you definitely aren't aware of how much you've been pushing yourself. So your power this month, or not this month, but this is a good read for the next 3 to 4 weeks for you guys. It's about becoming aware that it's about, of course I feel tired. Of course I feel the need to sleep. Of course I'll need to sleep more. And of course I'll also have to sometimes do work where I feel a little sleepy. This is what it feels like to run a business during a pandemic. This is what it feels like to run a business when I'm a little tired. It's about balancing that well-being, which involves your mind, your heart, and your physical body, tending to those three so they all feel good. Right? No more making choices of dating someone who criticizes you, is mean to you, because that hurts your heart. When you hurt your heart, it impacts your body. When it impacts your body, you're not going out there for walks. You're not going out there to hug people. You're in pain. You're doing stretches because you hurt. When you hear negative thoughts about you, it impacts your mind. Eventually, it's going to impact your heart. So you have to start making decisions in all three areas that support each other. Are you going to feel bad when you eat that entire bag of chips? And not knocking. I just ate chips last night and I woke up with a little bit of an upset stomach. I used to eat the whole bag. So this time it was there and I ate a much significant smaller amount. I was like, oh, I can eat this. I woke up with a little tummy ache and I realized like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I've started to eat enough better that now that little bit of chips hurts my belly. So it's not about not eating chips. It's about working with your body to find how much of this can I enjoy? Because I am maybe eating this food for some comfort. How much of this can I eat? How slowly can I enjoy it and derive all the comfort that it can provide me, and in a way where my tummy feels okay later? That's repairing the relationship between you and you. That's your power this month. Making progress, doing energy and effort, but also balancing it with your mental and emotional and physical well-being. Okay, in terms of outside influences, this one's actually really good for you guys. You guys got, okay, hold on. This is more outside influences. All right, in short, guys, some relationships are going to be leaving your life. Some relationships are just either they're going to be leaving your life, they're going to be taking a step down in priority. And you've got to be okay with that. One hang up there is sometimes when two people meet and you're growing It's fine. It's great, right? But once someone else starts growing a little bit more or views life a little bit differently, then it starts getting the bickering starts happening because this person's like, why are you making me work so hard to jump up here? And you're like, why are you trying to bring me back down? So there's a little bit of that. You've got to learn to have like equanimity. Oh, I forgot how to pronounce that word. I think it's equanimity, and I am. It's that allowing yourself to feel all of your emotions, but have them balanced, have them calm, have when you're breaking up with someone, it's not yelling, screaming. It's not, well, you did this. Well, I asked for support. I told you I was changing and you didn't support. No, it's man, I'm so sad. I'm sad. You were such an important part of my life, and we had a really good run together. And I hope we can transition in a way where we can still mutually support and benefit each other. It does break my heart that you're not gonna be the person I'm calling every day anymore. It's where you can be in that place of authenticity, expressing your emotions, knowing that no one's gonna twist them, or you won't allow them to be twisted. So you can express how you honestly feel, but also stick with the decision. I am sad about leaving this company. I was so comfortable here. Of course, I want them to give me the pay raise. Of course, I don't want to apply for the new job because that's scary, that's new, that's unknown. And I already know what to expect from my boss and my coworkers here. And I get it. I had a lot going on in my personal life. So in the past, it wasn't right. But the time is starting to get right. I'm feeling the urge, I'm feeling the call to apply for that job, to put the offer out there, to start my own business, to get back out there dating. I'm feeling the call to start going towards the new. And I'm going to be okay that before the time wasn't right, but that I'm starting to feel that the time is right now. And it's okay if some relationships take on a little bit of a different form in my life. I may not be as in contact with them, but I can still love them. So the thing going on here is about like the definition of love. What is love? Some people are like, which when you call every day. Some people it's when you call, we go really deep. Some people it's no, I want the person who's just willing to like dance around a fire with me and we jam out to music. And there's just a little bit of the old definition of love that's being rewritten right now for you guys is it's about constant communication. It's about suffering with them. It's about giving to them. It's about it's about going through the struggle together. Look how hard I'm trying, and you've grown to no. I'm going to allow it to be more easeful in my life. I'm going to allow more money in for less work and less responsibility. I'm just going to allow myself to enjoy life more, and they haven't. People came down, and this is another one of my 7 foundations of becoming who you really are right here. People come down to have different experiences on life. You cannot use someone else's level of definition of what they want to experience in life become your upper cap. But if I go up here, I'll make them feel bad, even if it's family, right? My family had a visceral reaction when I started this business. Go get a county job where there's benefits, where there's safety, where there's security. They fought me for years. And then I hit a point where I started making way more money than them for less work. And they were like, oh, well, are you scamming people? Are you taking advantage of people? And it's like, guys, when you someone's cap is here and you start to earn money easier than them, it's okay if they think you're part of that evil class. They might think that way. But you came here to experience life in a bigger, bolder way than they did. And you can't use their definition, their view of how the world works, be yours. You have to be willing to let yourself vibe up and out. New people will come in. Old people will come back. New friends, new love and affection will be there for you. New love and affection will be there for you. That's your biggest thing that you need to hear. New love and affection is going to be there for you. Okay, in terms of your hopes or fears, yeah, there's a little bit of fear of that you're never going to get that lover. It's kind of like that whole, but how much more inner work do I have to do? Guys, you should apply for a breakthrough session with me if you want to work on this and transform this so that you can have love and money at the same time and well-being. If you want all 3, come work with me. So you just have a little bit of fear that it may not happen for you, but it's also your hope of, but all this work is for that. Can you allow yourself to be becoming better at relationships while in a relationship? There's a little bit of, I have to be perfect before I get into the relationship. When guys, some of your journey is relational. You can only learn the lesson when in relationship with someone else. Whether it's a romantic, a friendship, a coworker. a coach. You can only learn the lesson in a relationship with someone else. So it kind of looks like this is definitely a month of you becoming okay with your preferences, becoming okay that you've chosen to have a life preferring a little bit of a nicer lifestyle, a little bit of a more easeful lifestyle, just a little bit more of like ease and money and luxury. It's reversed. So it looks like this is a month where you're going to start just becoming aware. It's like, it's going to feel like an awakening in your body, like a soft, like a, oh my God, you know what? I actually really do like looking at hand painted paintings. I don't want the $20 TJ Maxx painting in my house. I want the 300, the 4,000. I want the painting where when a person painted it, they were expressing the love from their heart onto it, not just one that's been mass produced. Like I want that level of love in my life. You're going to have those kind of like epiphanies. And there's going to be soft cries and soft tears as you go through this awakening. When you have those awakenings, like this is me. This is me. I do like eating those kinds of foods. I do like shopping there. I do like this. It's just gonna be a little bit of grief, and it's the grief and the sadness of I've been denying me for such a long time. There's so much in my life that I've been denying this, and I could have been having fun this whole time. So be willing to process that grief, guys. If you need support for this, my mastermind would be perfect for you guys. So go ahead and book a breakthrough session with me, and we could talk about your growth ahead, just to make sure the mastermind and maybe my course is right for you. But if you're ready for that transformation of living your true life based on your desires, book a session. I love you guys. I hope this helps. Leave me a comment and a thumbs up. Bye.